guys. So for those that keep messaging me about Sean, stop it. Please. Me and him, I'm not gonna go front. Like, we ended on a very...
It was the crappiest ending to any story ever.
A very bad note.
And it didn't have to be that way.
It didn't. I'm not perfect. There are things that I did, but you know, I'm not gonna put blame. Just know that it ended very badly. My heart was broken. Jelly could tell you I literally was at her house on her bed, like
crying herself to sleep. And
I was
what do? I don't know how to fix this.
And I feel like, I'm also gonna be creating like a separate channel for myself, and I feel like it's gonna be like more of like a growth and development channel, because I feel like it's something that I think I need. It's gonna be like, I guess, a YouTube diary in a sense like that. I won't be telling y'all all my personal stuff, but just like advice and tips and stuff that I've learned through all the shit that's been happening to me for like the past 10 months. But it was just really bad. I thought that my life was like over because I was with Sean. As most like our OG subscribers would know, for like 4 years. 4 years of my life. And basically, he just don't want me no more. In that sense. Even though this relationship was rocky. Like, we both didn't really know like what we wanted, and it was stressful. And like the first 2 years we were together in person, the other last 2 years it was long distance. So there was like trust and not seeing each other and da da da. And then he said some things, I said some things, and he said some things and did some things, but we're not gonna get into that because that is a whole nother fuck up.
Past.
Still gets me mad when I think about it.
Another thing that we were gone for like 10 months was because every time this all started when Mojo's life just fell apart. So it was like every time. It literally all started with my relationship. Yeah. Like, after my relationship fell apart, it's like one after another. Yeah. Like, just shit. So every time I would message her, like, you know, things seemed to be going well, and I was like, hey, let's go ahead and film something, and then something else would happen, and I'm like, alright, well, no, guess not. And then I guess not. Let's see, guess not. So
I literally fell into like a really like dark place, like a depression. And like I said, I was like on Jelly's bed, like crying my heart out because Sean's best friend, which is also, I got my brother-in-law because he's like married to like my sister and whatnot. And he called me saying that, hey, you know, Sean's done with you. Give up. Stop fighting for something that's dead. And like with me in relationships, I'm the fighter one for it. I like to fight for it. I'm not oh my god, you know, give up like that. But I just literally laid there and I cried, and then I woke up the next morning. It was wild. Like, she woke, like, you remember from Mulan? I literally was like tears like staining your pillow, like just I didn't know what to do. Like, I just like this. I've never seen her so sad, and I was like, I don't know how to fix it this time. So I just tucked her in and I was like, good night, see you tomorrow. And like you've seen like Mulan where Mushu was like, I'm alive, like that's how she woke up the next morning and she was like, yeah, I'm done. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I made like a mental decision that I was done with the shit, bro. Like, I don't need no man to make me happy. I don't need none of that. I don't need the bullshit at all. And I was like, you know what? I started exercising more. Oh yeah. My hair started growing. The skin started glowing. Y'all, it was like, I guess I lost a lot of weight. Hold on. Like, just so that they could like peep. Like, if you guys like, if you were to go back in like some of our videos, like you guys can like see that I've actually lost a lot of weight. Like, go back in our videos and you'll see, like, I was like on my game, man. Like, I was not taking it from nobody. I was feeling myself. And then I also got like a promotion at my job. Oh my god! I switched jobs. Was I still working at?
No, you've been switched.
I'd been switched at that point.
There was one time where she came over after she decided she was like done with him. Like, she came over my house and like she was, and I came up there and I was like, because we were hanging out at my house and I was like, why are you wearing a full face of makeup? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, you're wearing a full face of makeup why? You're at my house. Like, I'm in pajamas. I'm not even wearing pants. Like, why are you in a full face? You know, she was like, I'm not wearing makeup. And I was like, I don't believe you. So I took my hand and I went like this on her face. And I was like, huh, there really is no makeup. She's
like my skin, like right now stuff has been like stressing me out recently. So, but like at that prime like moment, I was just unstoppable. I was on my A game. And then I met another guy. And okay, the reason why I'm also making a separate channel though is just so that I can talk to you guys about how I've realized that you can't just jump into like one thing after another. It's not good, and also I realized that I need healing of my own. I need to like work more on myself because I still worked on myself and I'm better from like the breakup with Sean, but then I've also realized other things that I was still struggling and insecure and weak with when I was with, I'm not going to bring up his name because y'all didn't really know him like that and he wasn't part of the channel like how Sean was.
Let's call him Footback.
So Footback. And I thought that Footback was, you know, the one. And him and I really were like going strong. We weren't even like dating like that or together like that for like 3 months. And it's funny because I was heartbroken with that one too when it ended after 3 months because I was telling myself that, hey, you know, I'm going to make the right decision. I'm not going to rush into anything. And, you know, he had this whole other like girl he was with for 4 years. And I was like, hey, listen, I'm not trying to like be a homewrecker. You know, you just let me know if you're actually officially done with this person, you know, come back to me when, you know, niggas, they lie. But with also something I have to work on with myself. I'm a very trusting person. So I fell into the trap because this guy was fine. And then what people can always say about him, though, is that even though he was an ass and he literally left me in the dust, broke my heart, used me, and left me, he was fine.
Yeah, he was. I can't even lie about it. Like,
he was fine.
I can't even lie about it. Like he was good. But he's still an asshole.
Still an asshole.
Now I know.
There are more other personal things revolving him that I'm not comfortable bringing up in a channel just yet. But just know that I went through a lot of shit because of him in those 3 months. That's how you know, like, when I put my all into somebody or I'm interested in someone, I put my all into them because, you know.
Yeah.
That was a disaster. And then I also got tattoo, guys. That's another change in my life.
And that.
My septum piercing, I got that done. But I feel like I'm going to make, like, a whole separate video, like, especially because I'm getting another tattoo and everything. I'll make, like, my piercings and, like, tattoo video so I can kind of, like, explain, like, a story behind this and where I got my septum piercing and all that stuff. And also, I low-key dropped out of school, I guess you could say. And I'm not going to be ashamed to say it. It's just because everything was so stressful. My family, I'm not going to talk about my family issues like that, but just that
things were shaky.
We moved. I'm helping my mother out with my brothers.
That's it.
I'm trying not to diss my daddy on YouTube, boy. You gotta cut that out. I'm trying not to diss my daddy on YouTube. I'm trying. But I'm helping out my mom right now. I did get a promotion at work. I am still in the car business. I'm a manager assistant. I guess if they call it customer service manager assistant, representative, blah 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 blah.
Oh, and another reason why we couldn't get to film as much, like after she got her new job, because if she was working she used to work from where we lived, she used to work at somewhere like an hour and a half away, and she would work like every day, all day. I
still work every day.
So yeah, so it's like, okay, we can't actually meet up right now, so that's why I kind of did some videos by myself, and then she moved to a different location that was closer, but
still worked.
They still worked like literally every. There was a time we went like 3 months without a day off, right?
It was like a month and a half. Like I worked like literally like 65, 70 days straight, no days off.
Yeah.
Like just straight work,
which is crazy.
They didn't give us any days off.
And then she works like ridiculous, and it's like days that I would have off, she would be working all day.
Yeah, working like 12-hour shifts. I know 9 to 5. Like y'all, I've been putting in the grind. Like I've come to a point now where I guess I'm tired of my heart being broken, and I realized that I really don't need anybody. I think that's what it was. My issue was I liked having somebody.
Yeah, I remember.
To show me conversation, like affection and attention like that. But I feel like that's just a human thing. You want that, you crave that attention and that affection, and not in like a sexual way. It's just like you just want somebody there for you, and it's like it's all good to have like a friend there, but you know, like you want like that person to like come be like, oh babe, you're so beautiful. You know, your hair's so nice.
No, it's frizzy.
Grab your butt cheek and every now and then. It's frizzy. You know, so it was just all like a mixture of that. Work, and then I also got really sick. I like passed out at work. Also because of foot back. I was very stressed out, and I realized there's a condition that I have.
You know how I found out? Because I remember she was like feeling like not well recently, so I was like, I'm gonna go surprise her at work, and I'm gonna get her lunch or some crap, and I was gonna get you like Starbucks, but then I went to your job, and I was like, hey, where's Moya? And they're like, oh, you didn't hear? She went to the hospital, and I was like.
Yeah.
And the girl was like, you didn't know? And I had to like sit down. She was like, please don't freak out. And I was like, where is she?
Yeah, I realized, because I've had like the condition, I don't really know what it is. Doctors don't really know what's wrong with me because I've had like a lot of blood tests. Sometimes they thought like it was cancer that I had. I was getting tested for that, lupus, tested for that. Nothing came up. But I've been like suffering from like severe headaches since I was like 16. And they were like so bad they made me like pass out or like have nosebleeds. And I remember there was one. It got to a point where like I couldn't see anything. You had to come and like type my homework for me. Remember
that? I had to do so many assignments for Moya. And
I literally couldn't see. Like my eyes were like. I don't know what's wrong with me to this day. I don't know. Doctors don't know. But hey, I'm alive and I'm taking it day by day. So I got sick. 2 guys broke my heart. Job promotion, school. I plan to go back. I plan to finish it, but it's just right now in my life. I had to prioritize, and even though education is important, I needed to have a place to live, and it's just you got to pick which one you value more. And I valued having a roof over my head more than my education, which is sad if you think about it.
School. You're going to go back to school.
Oh, and then also, another thing is that I'm just going to say, I'm going to put it into being, going to the Air Force. I'm going to join the Air Force. So, another reason why I also want to make sure that we try to get our work in is because I am going to be gone for like 2 months for basic training. I'm going to be MIA, no phones, no nothing. Y'all won't see me for a while, and that depends on like when I go. For, like, I'm probably going to sign like a 6-year contract after talking to my mom about it. So, like, I mean, after basic training, you know, I'll have, like, my days off, or I'll have times that I'll be able to visit, or I might have to, like, film individually, and also that's why I'm making my separate channel, too.
The military surprises. I watch, like, videos about it, where, like, people come back and they surprise people from the military. Are you gonna surprise me?
Yes, I am.
I remember when you came back from Jamaica. I remember, oh my god.
Oh, I was a stick, though. I was, like, this.
Oh my
I was
god.
super skinny.
Because, like, it was, like, after...
Middle school, like, I literally left,
No, it was freshman year after when you left.
Fat.
Yeah, and you were chubby. And then, like, I was at home, and I hear, like, a knock at the door, and I was like, who is this beating down my door on this beautiful weekend? And I open the door, and it's, like, Moya, and I was like, I haven't seen you in 2 years. That was wild.
I was like,
that was wild.
What else? Yeah. Oh, but the thing with the Air Force, and also another thing why it's probably going to be best for me to have a separate channel, too. It's not that I'm leaving the guiltlessgirls, y'all. It's just like, yeah, it's just like, I'll just have like different content, I guess you could say. It's not going to really fit in our genre of like reactions and everything. I'll probably talk about the military, talk about training, basic training, talk about like my life, how it's changed. I might be traveling. Who knows? I might be like stationed in like Korea or Japan for a few months, or like freaking the UK, wherever they station me, because I'm actually taking my ASVAB at the end of this month, and part of it is really because of more like, it is education, because I know I'll be able to complete schooling if I go through that, but it's more so another growth thing as well.
You get to travel, go to school.
Yeah, like guys, when I tell you that I hit a low, like I really hit, like my heart was broken, I was not confident about myself, there's a lot of things that were just wrong. And there's more stuff that I can't even tell you guys because like it's that personal. I'm not ready to tell you guys any of that yet. It's not something I can talk about comfortably. And I just feel like that's pretty much like my new channel. I'll link it below in our like future videos. I'm not gonna link it here because I haven't really made it yet. But it's just gonna be like vlogs, hair stuff, like because people have been asking me to like do like hair tutorials because I make my own hair products and stuff like that. I could do, who knows, I might do some pranks on Jelly.
You better fucking not.
You could do that. I could do like some pranks on Jelly.
Oh, thank you.
I could I buy a lot of clothes from Fashion Nova. I can do some Fashion Nova hauls for you guys. Like a
quick question. On God, I got frizzy hair. How do I erase the frizz from my hair?
Maybe you can be my test subject for like
if it means getting the frizz out of my hair, I don't care. Use me as your test subject. You always do anyways.
Oh, and I'm also planning. I want to do hair and stuff before I leave. I'm just like trying to anything to like get the guap, you know, trying to make some moves. I'm gonna try doing full locks and everything like Jelly's head and see how that goes. So I'm getting there. I'm trying to like build myself, and I feel like I need to build myself as a person before I allow someone else to get into my life. Because if I'm broken, I feel like if I get a good person in my life, I'm only going to make them broken, if that makes sense. Right?
Or if somebody bad comes and sees you, they're going to take advantage of you. That's not good.
Yeah, so that's also the same. Because I don't want to hurt an innocent person, and I don't want to be in a weak state and have another bad person come and put me in a weaker state. So I need to build myself up first before I allow anyone else in my life in that way. But I mean, who knows? I might meet someone like next week. It just really depends on like what's going on and what's meant to be, God's plan, you know. So all this happens for a reason. Because when I think back on it, Footback and I probably wouldn't have even made a good couple. So I guess it's a good thing we never made it official. He was just real pretty to look at. Like he was
nice to look at.
He was a nice chocolate, muscly.
All right, now on camera. Look. Look, how do I get frizz out my hair? I feel like my whole story was like 2 minutes.
And mine is like 26. So let's just finish it, but just be on the lookout for all the bad guys.
You know there's some people in this world that think I'm cool. I think I'm the lamest person anyone's ever known. Like, if you guys think I'm cool, why? Don't. I'm a loser. All I do is watch anime.
Jelly.
What?
You're gonna hate me.
Don't
do it.
So
many prank ideas for you.
Don't.
I'm trying to be lit.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
And who knows, maybe you'll make your own to get back at me. Like, we'll be like a prank, like a friend prank versus like a prank channel. You make your own channel just like prank.
No, I'm not
dedicated to prank.
I'm not good at pranking. I don't have the energy for that.
Okay, but we did 2 K-pop videos and 2 Italian ones for tonight, and then we also want to do this intro, so we're going to edit all this and have the upload as soon as possible. Probably this is going to be uploaded before. So, you know, the We're Back videos, and then we'll do this.
I don't have to sleep tonight. Okay, to be honest, for the past 2 weeks, I haven't been sleeping properly anyways. I'm exhausted, so I probably won't sleep tonight anyways, so I'll probably just stay up and edit. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Social media is all down below. And if you do, you get more kisses from Mojo.